Thank you very much for talking to Sky News.
Thank you.
The most pressing question in relation to this film is, I think, was it really good fun to smash up a house?
Yes, I know. Everyone wants to know. I am no expert, but I would say that, normally as an actor we just destroy hotel rooms, but this was being paid for. It was really a wonderful thing and incredibly cathartic.
You have said, when you were speaking about this film, I was almost a little embarrassed to play this role since it's kind of like me. In what way?
I've played a number of roles over the past few years that have been exploring ideas and things very far from me. I think this is a universal theme in a lot of ways. And the character, in terms of, I think, walking through life not necessarily knowing how he feels, I think also in that struggle with convention, he begins this journey in this movie basically living his life based all on conventional ideas. This is the job you have, this is the amount of money that makes you successful, this is the time you get married, making all these choices. And society would say, hooray, you've done it right. But inside, I think he lost himself. And so when this tragedy happens, he doesn't even know how he feels because he doesn't even know where he is. And in a way, I think over my career, even in my life, I think I've always struggled with, what do I really believe in and what is somebody telling me to believe in? I think it's just a common thing that most of us go through. And so in that way, I really related to him, and he's very close to me in that way. Also, just physically, I think Jean-Marc is all about, there's no makeup, there's no lighting. A lot of it's about the presence of the moment. So a lot of things in your own feelings, or in this case with Davis, no feelings, come up. And so in that way, he captures something that is essentially you, but definitely a character.
How irritating is it to work with somebody as young and as talented as your co-star Judah Lewis?
I have this mandate when I'm working with kids that they always get to lead, Maybe it's partially because I'm an uncle and that's just my philosophy, but at the same time, I think they're closer. I subscribe to a Paul Simon line, which is, I was born before my father and my children before me. And I think that way about children in general, that they will oftentimes lead you to a much more interesting place. And in acting, it works the same, if not more, that if you follow the kid who's talented, they will lead you to a much more interesting place than you thought of yourself.
What is your assessment of Donald Trump's performance so far?
Well, I could speak generally about all of the candidates because I don't think it's fair to just separate one person out. I think that there is, particularly on the side of, I think, Trump, there's sort of he excites a kind of pre-adolescent in me. There's an anger and a frustration and an understanding that we're in a place that we want to move from. But I don't think that I would want, I want an adult in that position. So as it's relatable, it's also, I don't necessarily fully agree with it. And I think it could be dangerous. But I also think that, at the time, it's very hard to speak the truth. At this time, it's a difficult thing. It always is. I think politics, and what I love about seeing Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders is that they have, particularly in the debates recently, talked about how difficult it is when you're working in the political system to get through what you believe in while at the same time losing some of that as well. And life is about compromise. I think work is generally about compromise. And being an adult, as Bruce Springsteen says, is really about compromise. It's about how much you compromise until you compromise yourself. And so to me, I just don't like it when I feel like someone is being dishonest. I don't like it from an actor, and I don't really like it from a politician. And there are a lot more serious ramifications from a politician than from an actor.